those whose advocacy work advances access and equity to languages and culture learners within and beyond the classroom. Tonight, we are proud to recognize Sheila Bong. Sheila is a visionary leader whose work has transformed opportunities for language learners across the United States and around the world. As co-founder and vice president of sales of Avant Assessment, Sheila championed the development of assessments such as SAM-WS and Avant Super Language that allow heritage speakers of more than 130 less resourced languages to demonstrate their proficiency and earn school credit, college credit, and state and global seals of literacy. Through her leadership, students who bring diverse languages into our classrooms are not only recognized for their skills, but also empowered to take pride in their linguistic and cultural heritage. Sheila has also been a dedicated advocate for indigenous languages, supporting the development of assessments in languages such as Yupik, Hawaiian, work that has had a profound impact on how these languages are taught, learned, and valued in their communities. Her lifelong commitment to language preservation began in her youth as a member of the Blackfeet Nation. She helped transcribe oral traditions shared by tribal elders in Browning, Montana. That early experience shaped a career devoted to sustaining endangered languages and elevating the voices of indigenous communities. She has served on the advisory board of the Northwest Indigenous Language Institute at the University of Oregon, go Ducks, helping to become the Northwest Native American Language Resource Center. And she now serves as chair of the board of directors for 7,000 Languages, an organization dedicated to empowering communities to teach and sustain their endangered languages worldwide, and an organization that is here with us today. Yeah. Under her leadership, 7,000 Languages has helped develop courses in more than 50 languages and reached 10. Yes. 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 I read that too quick. Most of our high schools have Spanish, maybe French, maybe if they're big enough, another language. But under her leadership, she has helped develop courses in more than 50, depending on how you pronounce it, languages, and reached tens of thousands of learners. A highly proficient speaker of Japanese and a respected leader in the language education field for nearly 25 years, Sheila Bong exemplifies the spirit of the elevator, equitable language education visionary advocate with transformative effect. Through her unwavering dedication to ensuring that every language and every learner is valued. To Sheila, we say, we are grateful and thank you. Everyone, please join us in celebrating Sheila Bong, a true force for access and equity, as we present her with the Elevate Award.
Thank you. As a Blackfeet Tribal member, we grew up on our reservation in Montana. I was raised with the understanding that language is more than communication. It carries our, it carries our dignity, our history, and our responsibility to one another. For Indigenous communities, language justice is not an abstract policy idea. It is personal. It is about dignity, belonging, and ensuring that the voices of our ancestors and the hopes of our children continue to be heard. So I accept this award with deep gratitude, not just for myself, but for the communities, elders, educators, and learners who have trusted me to stand alongside them in this work. Although Howell already recognized in 7,000 languages here tonight, I would like to recognize Jennifer Weston, and she's the Executive Director of 7,000 Languages, whose leadership continues to support Indigenous and endangered language communities around the world. So my family has long believed in the power of education and cultural pride. My father Earl Barlow, devoted his life to Indian education as the first Native American to serve as supervisor of Indian education for the state of Montana, and later as director of the Office of Indian Education at the Bureau of Indian Affairs here in Washington. He worked to ensure that Native languages, cultures, and identities would be recognized and respected within our education systems. And since we're here in Washington, D.C., I'll share a small piece of family history that's connected to this place. My uncle, Blackie Wetzel, who served as president of the National Congress of American Indians in the 1960s, designed the iconic profile logo for the Washington Redskins. I know that's controversial. It was in my family. And just up the road, by Montana State, that is, my great uncle, Samson Bird, captained the Carlisle Indian School football team in 1911, alongside his good friend, Jim Gordon. Those stories remind me that Native people have long helped shape this nation's story, even when our voices were not always fully heard. My own journey eventually took me far beyond the reservation and back again. As a teenager, I spent a year in Japan as an AFS high school exchange student. I want to give a special shout out to Pablo, Muirhead, and everyone who works to support study abroad, because that experience opened my eyes to the power of language learning and how language builds bridges across cultures and expands how we see the world. It eventually led to a 20-year career in Japanese business. And for the last 25 years, my work with Avant, the University of Oregon's Northwest Indigenous Language Institute, and 7,000 Languages has been about turning that vision into real impact. More than 2 decades ago, my partner and I made the decision to support the development of the world's first online computer-adaptive language proficiency assessment, the standards-based measurement of proficiency, the STEM test, created by the University of Oregon Center for Applied Second Language Studies. Together with CASEL's founding director, we shared an audacious goal: to transform how languages are taught, learned, and recognized. At the same time, I was working closely with the leadership of the Northwest Indigenous Language Institute, where the urgency of language revitalization and language justice was already there. That kind of collaboration across communities, universities, educators, and innovators is what strengthens our field. Through the work, Avant has had the privilege of, of partnering with communities to develop over 150 language proficiency assessments, including the indigenous languages of Yupik, Hawaiian, and now Zuni, helping create pathways for learners to earn recognition, credit, and seals of biliteracy in their own languages. And that matters, because embracing language justice, because, Christine, I know how hard it was. And that matters, because embracing language justice means changing systems so that every language carries weight, every learner can earn recognition, and no student feels that their linguistic heritage is invisible. Language justice is not charity. It is equity. It is not only preservation, it is empowerment. When learners receive seals of biliteracy in their heritage languages, they are reclaiming pride, strengthening families and communities, and shaping a more inclusive future. In the Blackfeet way of thinking, we carry a responsibility to the generations who came before us and to those who will come after us. The work we do today must honor those ancestors who protected our languages and ensure that our grandchildren will still hear them, speak them, and carry them forward. Because when we elevate languages, we elevate humanity. Thank you very much.